Home builders and property developers make their money creating new dwellings for Australian households. And if they get it right, they can make lots of money doing what they do. When they decide not to do what they do, you have to ask why. Why are the builders of major projects, of houses and apartments, walking away from their plans? Why are big companies who have spent years and millions of dollars planning a major project making the decision not to build it? Now, we've seen many instances recently. An example is the decision by AVJennings to abandon a major housing development near Caboolture in the outer northern suburbs of Brisbane. This project would have added 3,500 new homes to a market where there's a desperate shortage. Brisbane is a market with high demand and a serious shortage of homes. Why would a big developer with a proven track record and the capacity to deliver these kinds of projects make the very big decision to walk away from the project? All that time and money wasted. And the answer is, it's simply not viable. AVJennings said massive cost escalations, including the infrastructure charges and delays in getting approvals imposed by local council, meant the project was no longer viable. Now, I've had discussions recently with a number of developers who say that the cost of creating big residential projects is so high that it's not economically and financially feasible to go ahead and build them. They would have to place such a high price on the end product that few households will be able to afford to buy the homes. A number of developers have spoken out about the impact that the cost impositions of local councils have on making projects difficult or unviable. Orchard Property Group Managing Director Brett Haley says the major construction costs imposed on them make it too expensive for them to actually build homes. Haley said that, for example, developers in that Caboolture West precinct that AVJennings has rejected had to pay for council infrastructure charges and also state government charges because it's in a priority development area. Haley says, we're at this point now in southeast Queensland where unless the solutions are put in place quickly, we're going to be a rapid decline in affordability forced by supply not meeting demand. And he says the problem facing developers is that the cost of delivering the infrastructure and the balance between fully servicing those costs and then trying to get an affordable home. There's the normal council charges and there's the priority development area charges. During COVID-19, costs went through the roof, so now infrastructure is costing a lot more. So here's another issue which is preventing the creation of affordable homes in Australia. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese's pledge to build 40,000 affordable homes through the government's $10 billion housing fund will struggle to deliver any homes at all in Labor's first term of office because only a handful of builders in Australia are actually eligible to participate in the program. The rules written into the Housing Australia Future Fund legislation require builders contracted to work on new social and affordable homes under the scheme to be accredited for working on government-funded projects. However, of the more than 400,000 construction companies registered in Australia, only around 500 of them are accredited by the Federal Safety Commissioner under the Work Health and Safety Scheme for eligibility to bid for head contracts funded directly or indirectly by the government. There are few, if any, residential builders accredited under the scheme in Tasmania and only a very small number in regional Australia. The industry claims the limitation threatens to severely hamper or stall Housing Australia's ability to deliver its target of 40,000 social and affordable homes. And this comes at a time when the new construction code being imposed by governments is adding between $30,000 and $40,000 to the already high cost of building new homes in Australia. These are just the latest events adding to a substantial list of situations which create the inevitable conclusion that we have a serious housing shortage in Australia and very expensive homes in this country because of the short-sighted policies at all levels of government.